for the hottest news out of the obstacle racing scene? Want to stay up to date on the freshest info, the latest podiums, and hear interviews with the who's who in OCR? Well, you've come to the wrong place. Well, some of that you'll find here. But we're not the media. This is not ORM, OCM, OCRM, ORCM. This is OCR Talk.
Hello, this is Jason Dupree, and just kidding, it is just me. This is Jason Dupree with OCR Talk. It has been a minute. I have not recorded an episode since June 28th, 2021. And if you have been following the OCR report, you know that's because I've been focused on the whole live streaming thing. I've been trying to get as much time into live streaming and putting the focus there so that we can actually provide that to the community. And so far it's been going well. It's still not a full-time job for me. So that's, I would say, if it's moving slow as far as progress, that would be the reason why. But honestly, even with that, it's been pretty wild how progressive it's been. We have went from a handful of shows, small handful of shows in 2021, and then 2022, I think 2022 we did a small handful, maybe a little slightly larger handful, but then this year we picked up the Savage Series, the Spartan National North American Series, World Stuff is Mutter, OCRWC, Grit Games is going to happen. The DECA Series. DECA is 7 races itself, and Savage is 7 races. And that doesn't include, Savage doesn't have a world championship, or a season finale is their last race, so it's just still 7 races. But DECA is going to have a world championship. That's going to be a 3-day event, and we're going to be doing that one too. So I guess let me kind of back up and just talk about where things have been and where we're at now. So if you do hear this, awesome. Thanks for seeing that we got a new episode out, and thanks for checking it out. Now I am trying to keep this as simple as possible. There's not going to be any editing to it. I have found Adobe has an online tool that helps make the audio sound nice and clean. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in my car right now. So the amount of improvement that there is on the audio is all thanks to the Adobe product that I checked out. So maybe it'll make it easy. Maybe it'll make it to where I can continue to do episodes, because I would love to continue to do episodes. It's just the time commitment that it takes, and to do a legit podcast, make it sound nice, run it through all the programs, do some editing, all that stuff. It takes just a lot of time, and all my time's going into live streaming and stuff. So with this, hopefully I can just do it and just have fun with it, and people that want to listen still have something to listen to. So thanks for listening if you are. I can continue to do episodes like this, especially if I'm traveling for races like the Spartan National Series, the North American Series. I can do this easy. Usually there's a couple of hours, or at least an hour, between driving from a venue to the airport. And if I could throw this on a table while I'm packing up and chat with some elites or something. Who knows? Anyways, so that's a possibility. Today, before I get into today, I'll just talk about the past year has been really good. Lots of improvements on the live streaming as far as graphics. This year we've gotten a live results from Spartan, which includes DECA. So every national, I keep saying national, every North American Series race, the 3K, and every DECA race, as well as World Stuff is Mutter, will this year also have live results that get fed straight to us, which means that that stuff goes into our graphics without having to copy and paste from a website or something like that. So everything just updates automatically. So that's one less thing that I've got to do that makes the live stream smoother. So maybe I should call this OCR Live Talk now. But anyway, so that's been awesome. I found different ways to, I've been working on the graphics, trying to make them better. The graphics, the way that I've been doing graphics so far is somewhat limited as far as animations go. I do want to improve that, and there are other tools that are out there to do so. But I've been using the in package tools that come with vMix, so it's pretty good. But I know it can be better. You look at MLB or NFL or any other, just like pay attention to the graphics. Anytime they have something other than just a camera, whether it be the score or player stats, or like even a lot of times during a commercial, they'll show like a side-by-side picture with the game and the commercial. And then the background, since that can't fill a full screen, the background will be like some animated 3D something or another. So I know platforms that can do that. And I think I've found one that's not crazy expensive. So that's a possibility to do later on as well. Now, it does take time to build those graphics. So that's something that I won't put the money into until I know that I've got the time to do it. Because right now, the efforts are going into, making the live shows happen, getting the graphics that I have. So I do want to do that, but it's just going to take more time and effort. Unless we get somebody, if I had somebody else that could help build graphics, that'd be fantastic. That'd be really cool. So if you're out there and you're interested, right now, this is still a labor of passion. We are doing this. We actually have the OCR Report has Patreon. If you haven't joined the Patreon and you want to help support our efforts in doing this, go to patreon.com/the OCR Report and you can join there. And all that money goes into the efforts that we're putting in here, whether it be time commitments or the software that we got to pay for and the hardware that we got to use to put on the races. All that stuff is minimal in comparison to other live streams, big broadcasts that you might see, but it still costs something. So that's why right now it's still labor of passion. We're doing it out of the love of our hearts. And, hopefully if it actually does become a full-time job, that passion carries over, because I do love it. And I actually very much enjoy the job itself of creating and producing and all that stuff that goes along with the live stream. Speaking of live streams, today or yesterday, maybe today, so High Rocks had theirs. Now we did the High Rocks European Championships and the North American Championships. Both of those races had decent cell coverage, so not too bad with the cameras. But their stats did not work for, like, their leaderboards online did not work for the second race, which was a shame, because I had a whole slew of like splits for each station that I wanted to show and didn't get to. But whoever they used them, some company called Spondent, I think. I'm not exactly sure how you say it, because I think it's a German company. But they did awesome as far as camera work and cameras themselves and their live streaming. I don't know what software they use. I don't know what platform they used, but I know they had something where you could see it, like during the switch over to the live replay that they did. They did like a live replay like twice, maybe once. But so their cameras were super crisp and clear. I'd love to know what they did, because they were on site. If I would have done it, I would actually. I I was planning on being on site if we did the North America, the World Championships. We didn't. I wasn't on site for the European and North American Championships, and I was planning on being for the World Championships, but they ended up going with I think they. This is all speculation, but they may have gotten one of their title sponsors to pay for that, which is awesome. That's great. I love the fact that that somebody else is out there doing it and that they're putting money into it. So I would love to see more of that. And, somebody puts more money into us, then we'll be able to do that kind of level of quality as well. There's no reason why we can't, because, technology's out there. It's just all about putting the money into it. Like, I've got the skill and the technological background to make it happen. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get there one day, hopefully. But yeah, they lacked. It's weird. It's like I saw this with the Spartan championships, Euro championships last year. They did a couple of races. The European team, they hired a company out there with them, and then Spartan World Championships, and then this High Rock. This company that did High Rocks. It's so weird because great camera quality, even Spartan World Championships in Abu Dhabi, awesome camera quality, and then no graphics, or very minimal graphics. Or as the Spartan European Championships they had stock graphics. Like I'm positive they used vMix, and then they just had the graphics that come with it. Like they didn't tweak or build any of their own graphics, which was kind of crazy. So yeah, the High Rocks too. It's like, my guess is that they paid for a package that the company has. It's like you get the camera switching and all that, but no graphics or minimal graphics. I would dare to say that those companies had those abilities. Like, how could you have put that much time into working on live streaming stuff and not have graphics? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just one guy figuring it out myself, so I don't know if those companies are like, they put hard focus on one single thing, so they're excellent at that, and don't focus on the other stuff. Maybe that's why. Maybe they hire out the companies to do graphics. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we got just more coming down the road. We're going to continue doing this. The Savage stuff has been very touch and go. The very first Savage race was good. The second Savage race, we had technical issues with the cameras connecting, and so it ended up being not as great. And then the third race, the cell signal was just worse than the Spartan Palm Beach 3K, which I wasn't really sure it could be that much worse, but it was. And so we barely got any of that race at all. So we've got some ideas on how to handle that, and we're going to be trying that out if the signal is that poor at the next race. Next race in Ohio, I am going to travel to that one just to make sure, because I haven't been on site for a Savage race yet. So this one, we want to make sure we do right by them, because they are being awesome. They're a great team to work with. And I want to make sure we get out a good product for them, because they absolutely deserve it. So I'm going to be on site for this next one, and we will either do the normal live stream, but I'll be there to test beforehand, the day before, make sure everything looks good. And if there's no cell signal, then we're going to do a post-race stream where it'll be recorded locally. And then when I go to do the live show, which is only dependent on the amount of time it takes to get the videos off the Rabbit cameras and upload it to a cloud drive, a Google Drive, and then we can do a show. So the hope is that I can gather all the footage and get it within 4 hours, get it uploaded. Now, it's going to be like a couple gigs per video. So it's hard to say so far, especially if I'm uploading them all from one spot. But After that, we can put all those into the production platform, vMix, and just hit play on all of them at the same time. Just got to coordinate when we start them. And once we do that, then it'll be like live. Like the videos will play, and then we'll just do the camera switching and the commentary and graphics and everything like we would with a live show. So I'm actually really excited about that. And that idea came, I know a lot of people say, well, you should do post-production. And there's a lot, but like that's a loaded word. There's a lot of different ways you can do post-production. So my thought, every time I think post-production, I always think, well, you got to edit it. And we've seen Spartan Race do this, where they would either edit it super clean and awesome, and it would be a week later or more, or we've seen them edit it very minimally, even with some commentary over it, with David Magida commentary over it, and it's just like cuts, not the full race, and it's like easy to tell that it's somebody commentating on a edited video, which is a little odd. No graphics, or even less than that. They did it where it was at least a couple races. They did it where it was edited down to, you know, a 2-hour race to like a 40-minute video, no graphics, maybe even no audio, like no commentary, and then that was it. So those are, you know, that was always like my thoughts, like that's the options, but that's not true. And so I was saying, this idea came from a conversation with Nicole Miracle after the 3K. And I honestly don't remember if she just straight out said it like this, but whatever we were talking about, she sparked the idea that we can just take the video and play it. Take the video from all the cameras, stick them in the vMix, and just play it, and then go live. Go live with those videos playing. So I'm actually really excited about that, because if we do, then all the cameras will be 1080p. So resolution will be super high, frame rate, you know, nice and everything. And it'll be great. I'm really pumped about it. So that's gonna happen if we can't do live because we don't have good cell signal. I need to get like a minimal quality, like, you know, if it's this low, then we're going to switch over. Got to find that balance, because we want live if at all possible. So yeah, so today we were going to do, since we were thinking of or hoping we were going to do High Rocks World Championships, and we didn't. This weekend opened up for me, so I went down to a local race called Spartacus Dash in Belton, Texas, which is about an hour, about 30 minutes south of Waco, which is so about 2 hours, 15 minutes south of Fort Worth. So I did, I just went and volunteered. I've raced that race like 4 years in a row. And I've brought my family out, and we did it together a few times. And their prices kind of went up a little bit. So to take all 4 of us out there and to do it just was getting a little expensive. So we didn't go last year or this year. And this year I wasn't planning on going anyway. But since I wasn't doing the live stream, I decided, let me go out and support them. And so I went and volunteered as a course marshal, which is fun. It's good to give back and encourage people in the way that they've encouraged me over the years. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there for now. I love talking about all the technical side of the live streaming and everything that we're doing. So if you want to hear more of this, feel free to leave a review, send me a message. You can email me at jason@theocrreport.com. You can catch me on Instagram at J Dupree _OCR, I believe. Not posting a ton there, but I'm trying to, like I said, a lot of my time is going into the live streams. So when I'm out, I do try to make sure I post about my setup, like sharing and all that stuff. Not trying to give away like all the trade secrets or anything, but I do like putting a little bit out there so that people can kind of see and understand what is going on, how the magic happens, And, it still takes skill. Like, even if I give away some of the secrets, it still takes the technical knowledge and the skill to make it happen. So if you do have any questions, I love to share and I love to chat about it because I'm passionate about it. So if you are too, or you're just curious, just hit me up. Make sure you check out the OCR Reports podcast and Obstacle Running Adventures. They have yet to stop doing a weekly show. OCR Report Will Hicks has started doing, pick back up his episodes, and World's Toughest Podcast as well. Check them out. As well as all the other good podcasts are out there that are not the OCR Report at the moment. And you got Race Brain. They are killing it with their pre-race. They're kind of doing weekly shows, but they've been doing a lot of like pre-race. Let's talk about the elites and the big races that are about to happen, and then recaps on those races. A lot of really good stuff. Brackenridge, Jack, and Kurt when he's there. And of course, the Red Republic, they're still killing it as well, Bracken and Kirk. So, you also got, now I'm just trying to remember who all still doing podcasts at this point, but you've also got, I Am a Spartan. Scott Knowles is killing it. I got to see him at Palm Beach. So that was a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm going to try and stop rambling at this point because that feels like that's what I'm doing. Check us out. Coming up, we've got Savage Race on June 17th in Ohio. I will be at that one. I've already booked my flights, so I'm excited to be out there to give hopefully the best Savage Race coverage we've seen to date. So, I'll stop it there. Thanks so much for listening.